So let's talk about software costs now, on this mission of cost control. So when we think about, what software do you need at a startup in the early days? Well, most people think about, something for CRM, right? Something to track sales and leads in the pipeline. Super important to track your pipeline. And then you probably need something for customer support. So I'll just say support here. And then you need a chat system. Maybe you need a phone system. Some of those things. And then finally, you're probably going to need, not probably, this is the one that if you use, hey, you can get away with using your own cell phone or something for this, and you can do these on Google Sheets, right? But you need something for billing in terms of, particularly if you're accepting credit cards, that sort of thing. So let's just say, these are some typical needs that virtually every startup has. What are some cost-effective ways to address this? Because on day one, you're not trying to build a battleship. You're trying to get the job done efficiently. And so what I would actually say is, now your mileage will vary on CRM. If you're a hardcore CRM user, maybe there is value in buying a specific CRM product, and getting into that. Also, when it comes to the marketing side, maybe a tool like a HubSpot, which pulls all of those together. And there are others in that vein as well. HubSpot, by the way, is very, very expensive. HubSpot for startups, and it should be noted that many of these tools offer discounts, is 90% off. So if you're going to do HubSpot, I think it's the only way to do it. Otherwise, it's just too expensive for most startups. But I would offer up something potentially even cheaper. The CRM and support, you could easily track this in a tool like Asana for free, or Trello or something like that. Essentially a Kanban board. Why not just use something like that? Better than, say, a Google Sheet, or perhaps a little bit easier to look at visually and to track progress. But you can use free tools like this to handle both of these cases pretty effectively in the early going. Chat and phone, you need some communication, but why not just free Slack? You've got the free tier of Slack. Or if you want to integrate these pieces, and you've got your demos, etc., Zoom actually has a decent product, which is not terribly expensive there, which gives you the phone, gives you SMS, gives you a very Slack-like. They basically did a knockoff of Slack for their chat, for something like $20 a month a user. The fact that it includes the unlimited phone maybe makes that worth it. On the billing side, so everybody goes with Stripe. Nothing wrong with Stripe. Actually, many things right with Stripe. There's a reason that they're the market leader. But from a cost perspective, what is Stripe? Stripe is at 3%, right? In terms of another option, if you're willing to go with something a little more, let's just be honest, low tech, in the sense that its APIs aren't as clean, I'll just put it out there. Authorize.net, ancient APIs, but does provide the same capabilities as a Stripe. Substantially cheaper because you can negotiate with whatever merchant services provider, that means credit card billing provider, you want. And over time, we were getting all-in cost around 2.5%. Stripe ends up being a hair over 3%. And actually, with recurring billing, I should amend this. This actually ends up being 3 to 4%, whereas Authorize.net, we were at 2.5%, including recurring subscription billing. So the delta there, call it 1 percentage point. That's very significant. We were doing multi-million in credit card charges. And so 1%, that's $30,000, $40,000 very quickly. So a few ideas for you. Consider the free versions of, lots of different software products out there. Definitely hunt down the deals. But don't try to build a battleship when that's not what you need. Just focus on solving the basic problems and then bolt that other stuff on later.